back to Hazmat from Southside. For ladies, females, we got what 20% of force are females. Melissa is one of my best firefighters.
Thank you.
That I have. We got huge diverse. It's amazing to work for this department. This truck here, if anybody want to climb inside and see how it looks like, there's one more room inside. It's clean. Yes. Yeah.
Who wants to come? I want to come.
I'm born originally. Yeah, but I lived in Germany for 6 years.
Yeah, he wants to go in there.
Let's see. I should have planned better.
I speak reasonably
Awesome. This is the living room.
That's what we call our office.
Awesome.
So I'll move in the back and you guys can see this.
Melissa, what's that?
Okay. Yeah. So everything that's back here, this is extra station gear, which is a little lighter than my turnout gear, which is sitting up front. That's fire gear.
Okay.
And then everything up here is like, that's our generator kicking on, so lights will kick on in a minute. But this is like manuals for stuff to research chemicals in case we're on a hazmat call. We have a team, so we have like entry-level teams, recon teams, and we have command, right? So we don't all go at once. And hazmat is a big puzzle. So we have, drones to fly down there. You guys have heard about the train wrecks going on? So we gotta be safe, right? So send drones in first, then we see what is our cold, warm, hot zone, all that stuff. So it might take a long time. It's just a big puzzle, think of it that way. So this is our office. So we've got computers in a lot of these boxes down here where we can do more research, in other words. Our level A suits, these orange bags. And then we have trauma vests and stuff like that if we had to go for like active shooting. We're trained in that as well to help out with all police and EMS for that. And then we have radiation meters a lot too. A lot of people have medical radiation, so sometimes that helps us with our EMS calls and lets us know with different things. And then we also have calls where he talks about white powder, but we might get something that might be more radiation wise, nuclear or something like that, just because a truck turned over. Is it safe for us to approach it, or do we have to shut down the interstate, unfortunately, for 10 hours?
So you have to have a scientific knowledge, what I mean? It's not just regular old school information. You almost have to be scientists nowadays.
To an extent. So when you come into the county, you go through hazmat awareness, which is your basic hazmat. Like, this is a spill, it looks funny, it smells funny, and your biggest way to tell is everything in my environment around it breathing? Like, did the grass die in that spot? Are the flowers drooped over? Things like that can tell you, right? Are the fish, did they die in the creek? Small things like that, right? Hazmat ops is like, oh, we have some oil that spilled on top of the water. So how do we create something to where we can separate it from the water and make it clean again for all of the environment? Hazmat tech is where we come into play with all the meters and actually get in the suits, test things, and then we do contact a hazmat company like DuPont or someone, and they would come. So we're here to mitigate. So if it gets in the water, say it looks like milk, which we've had before, and it winds up being like just a detergent that accidentally got spilled based on what our meters test, we'll call and we'll find a way to block off all water systems so it doesn't get into, many cabs water. And then DuPont would come in, right, and actually clean up the things that we can go back and service.
For all the little girls in the world, you're a female firefighter, right?
Yes.
So for me, I think that's awesome. What would you like to tell the girls or the females who are like, oh, firefighters are only men?
Sure. Don't give up on your dreams, because I was 3 when I knew I wanted to be a firefighter. And I've always been just very fascinated by it, the science. I was a science geek, so I always wanted to learn, why heat did certain things. On top of that, don't ever be afraid to get into a male-dominated industry. So I've got 8 big brothers that protect me and treat me like I'm one of their own, and I love them. I sit down every third day at the kitchen table with them, and I couldn't ask for a better crew. So you gain instant family, and sometimes it seems intimidating, but it's probably the best thing in the world you can do to challenge yourself and become a better person. So.
And just believe in yourself, and no matter what gender or identity you are, just believe in your dreams and do what you were meant to do.
Yes.
Thank you.
So.
Thanks for believing in yourself.
Every day, doing my best. That's how I learn. You do one thing at a time, and if you don't get it the first time, you do it the second time, and you continue to do it over and over again until you build that confidence in yourself. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And you're officer? Do you guys call yourself officer or?
So as you go up in rank, so everyone enters as firefighter, and then 2 years the field, you can promote to senior. 2 years more in the field, you promote to master. And then from there, you can pick driver operator, which is like what Eric does, who did our main talk around the truck. And then captain, Kulo, who did our talk at the beginning and kind of finished towards the end. So captain sits up front on the right over there and oversees. And if we get on the scene first, he might be in command till a battalion chief gets there. So that's how it goes up in rank from there. But typically you spend a lot of time, and then we still are in school even though we're on shift. So we take classes to get certifications to attain master or senior or DO or so on. Everyone has to go to school to learn how to pump water well, work with fire hydrants, different things like that. So
awesome. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.